where do you run to? What do you do in hard times? We all go somewhere. It might be to someone. That someone might be ourselves. If I just work hard enough and plan well enough and fight tough enough, well then I can get through. Or it might be to another person. Or it might be to something. Binge watching TV, food, exercise, alcohol, shopping, sports, work. Where do you run to in times of trouble? For David, who wrote this psalm, his particular trouble that he had in mind was trouble caused by the wicked evildoers and their plots. He describes them vividly in verses 1 to 4, and the key thing is that they don't fear God. But the answer of where David runs and where he encourages us to run to is obvious. It is to our loving God. In verse 5 to 9 paint a wonderful portrait of God. Verse 5 couples together God's love and faithfulness. Verse 6, his righteousness and justice. And that all comes together in verse 7 when he says, how priceless is your unfailing love, O God. The best children's Bible that I've come across is this one, the Jesus Storybook Bible. And repeated throughout this, in numerous stories, we're given a brilliant description of God's unfailing love. It describes it as his never stopping, never giving up, unbreaking, always and forever love. And David knew that that's what God's love was like. And he knew that even before Jesus had come. Now, how much better a view of God's unfailing love that we have seen. And since that's the case, he is the one, he only is the one that we are to run to. He's the one that we're to run to in any and every situation. Just look again at verse 7. How priceless is your unfailing love, O God. People take refuge in the shadow of your wings. God's unfailing love means his protection for his people. Like a mother bird shields and protects its chicks from danger, so God protects us, his people. And the psalm ends wonderfully as David pictures what it looks like to run to God. He brings his trouble and God together in prayer. And David calls God to keep his love, to continue his love forever and for him, even through this difficult situation. And so today, that's the question for us is, who are you going to run to? Who are you going to look to in times of trouble, whatever that trouble may be? Well, let it be the God whose love is so wonderfully unfailing.